Dustin Hazlett against Carl Parisian. This one is, man, they're both coming off of like year-long absences. Hazlett's coming off a torn ACL. Parisian coming off of a suspension for painkillers. If you look at just the background of it, Parisian has never been subbed against guys that are good at have good submission skills. He decisioned Nick Diaz. He decisioned. Nobody has been able to sub him so far, and he's fought some excellent grapplers. The one guy that beat him, that pushed the pace, was Diego Sanchez. You got to figure Hazlett's got the better of the conditioning. I think his conditioning is going to carry it over. His one chance is to, drag it in the later rounds, because Carl's not much of a finisher. So get in and push the pace on him. Use his striking, because the striking's better than Caro's. Caro mostly uses striking to get inside and uses judo sweeps and tosses. He's got to push the pace on him and, get it into the late round, the second, third round, and then hope Caro tires and him still be fresh enough to sub him. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't like picking Caro, but because I like Hazlett, the matchup doesn't. I hope Hazlett subs him, but I'm going to go with Caro Parisian by decision. Luis Kane against Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. Again, close fight. Rogerio's got the better technical boxing. Luis Kane probably has the better clinch game, the better kicks, better Muay Thai. On the ground, Kane's probably pretty good. You don't want to go to the ground with a Nogueira, really. I'm going to say Rogerio by decision. Keeping on the feet, working his boxing. I wouldn't be surprised if Kane won by decision or TKO, but I'm going to go with the safe pick and say Rogerio by decision. Phil Baroni against Mir Sadala. Not sure why Baroni's back in the UFC. His record does not indicate that. Apparently, I just read, too, that he's 195 right now. So he's got to cut 25 pounds in 2 days. So, yeah. Baroni's going to gas. Unless he can clip a Sadala early, which it was kind of a misnomer that Johnny Hendricks was able to do that to Sadala, because Sadala normally a tough guy, good chin. I think gets into the second, mid-second, Baroni gasses, Sadala sub, maybe an armbar, something like that, armbar, triangle. Anthony Johnson and Josh Koscheck. Again, this is all these fights are so close that it could go either way. It just matters like how I see it going and how it could actually happen. So it's difficult. If Koscheck comes in and realizes that he's the better wrestler and consistently takes down Johnson, which I think he can do because technically he's, I think, at a higher level than Johnson. Johnson, he has going for him, obviously, his strength. He's got way better striking. I don't think Koscheck is going to do that, though, because lately he seems content on standing, and I think that's a mistake against Johnson. Johnson, you got to be wary of his cardio, too, because of, how much weight he cuts. But I'm going to say Johnson by TKO in the second round. Koscheck has been caught before by Paulo Thiago. I don't know. Was that actually something that's going to happen? Is his defense that bad? Johnson has the power to do it. I think Johnson, he's going to work on stuff in the takedowns. If Koscheck comes out and starts taking him down right away, I think it's very good for Koscheck. I think he needs to wear on Johnson. Take him down, wear him out, and then maybe get a sub late, which is also a possibility. But I'm going to go with Johnson by TKO. I think he's the future of the division. I think he's going to eventually be the welterweight champ. Main event, Forrest Griffin against Tito Ortiz. Forrest was embarrassed in his last fight. Tito coming off a back surgery. He's been training with Freddie Roach. He's been out for, over a year, though, year and a half almost. Griffin is way better than when they fought the first time, but the first time was a Tito Ortiz to his back, and all his other injuries caused him to gas and all this stuff. Like, it's hard to say what could actually happen in this fight. I'm gonna go on the side that Ortiz. That was what was. That was. Let's just say was. That's what was causing him to have problems and not be the Tito take you down and smash you of old. Now he hasn't smashed anybody in a while. If your name isn't Ken Shamrock, he hasn't smashed you essentially. Forrest, he's saying all the right things. I think his attitude has changed. He's not being as whimsical as he normally is, as self-deprecating that he normally is. In his interviews, he's real serious. He knows this fight is serious. He's taken a very tactical approach to it, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if this was the fight of the night. Obviously, Forrest's got to keep it on the feet. I would say he's got to use his leg kicks to hurt, because Forrest doesn't really have any power in his hands. Not any, but he doesn't have a lot of power in his hands. But he does have power in his kicks. But the one thing about that is he's throwing kicks. He's probably going to get taken down. That's why I'm going to side Ortiz on this. Like I said, Ortiz been training with Freddie Roach. I think his boxing is probably never going to be better than it is right now. I mean, I just think he is the fighter he is at this point. And again, he's going to want to take Forrest down and control him, and push him against the cage, elbow him. I'm going to say Ortiz wins a unanimous decision. The only way Forrest can win this fight, obviously, keeps it on the feet. I don't think he's going to be able to sub Tito. I don't even think he's going to be able to knock him out. He could do like what he did again. He needs to do what he did against Rampage. That is the prototypical fight he needs to go back and watch. I mean, and maybe leg kick him and hope for the best. Take away his legs. Take away the power in his shot and work him with boxing. So if Forrest can do that, I think he can win a decision. But I'm going to go with Ortiz in this one. Unanimous decision. Those are my picks. WEC tonight. Enjoy the fights. You guys stay metal. Later.